Go. Okay, hello. Fargo is a wonderful film. I've seen it before. This isn't the first time I've seen it. But I think it's probably the second. But I love it, of course. I love all the Coen Brothers films that I've had the pleasure of seeing. They are fantastic filmmakers, fantastic writers and directors. Fargo, like you said, is based on a true story, but is not. And my film theory teacher used to tell us this story. I don't know how accurate or true this story is, but I like to believe it's true. My film theory teacher told us a story about this woman who refused to believe, despite being told several times, that the film was false. She refused to believe it. She said it's based on a true story, and they say it's based on a true story, and therefore it must be. And so she went out and attempted to find the money that Steve Buscemi fictionally left in that snow in Fargo, and she died looking for it. I don't know if that's true. I looked at the trivia page on IMDb. I expected I'd find it there, but I found no mention of it. But my film theory teacher told me that. So yes. You also mentioned that Frances McDormand doesn't appear until half an hour into the film, which is really unusual for films. She appears directly at the start of the second act, which is just, you don't do that in films. But it seems really natural here, and it kind of fits in with the kind of slow pace, and it just feels like it's extending the first act out for far longer than it needs to go, which really works here because it obviously shows Fargo as this kind of bleak, really slow world, and that ties in perfectly by extending the first act so far. The reason you picked this was because, you wanted to know what this made me think of Minnesota. Minnesota? Yes. Twin Cities of Minnesota. Yes. Sorry. You wanted me to tell you how it made me think about Minnesotans, and the film obviously portrays Minnesotans as a simple people, not necessarily a stupid group of people, just a very simple, kind of easygoing group of people. And I don't know how true or false that is, but I do kind of like that idea. I was going to say that it made me think Fargo and Minnesota were quite beautiful places, but then I realised that it's filmed in Canada, so it makes me think that Canada is a beautiful place. I'd very much like to live there, and if Minnesota does look like that, I suppose then I'd very much like to live there as well, because it looks very pretty. I like the snow. I don't like being outside in the snow, but I do like the snow. But yeah, it just made Minnesotans come off as just kind of simple, easygoing, kind of humdrumming through life kind of people, which I'm sure is stereotyping vastly. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it makes them out to be idiots. As for the film itself, I've kind of talked about it, but not much. It's wonderful, obviously. I love Steve Buscemi's character. Steve Buscemi's character, I think, has the best line in the film, where towards the end, when he comes in with his face shot off and he's talking to the guy who doesn't speak at all throughout the entire movie, and the guy just shoots him down. It's like the only time he talks in the movie. He's like, "Shut up! I've been putting up with your shit this whole time," and he hasn't said a word. I also liked the guy that you mentioned, Neil, that was just, "You're a liar, sir. You're a fucking liar." He just can't bring himself to swear. I liked him. There was one or two other things, but I can't remember. I love the subplot the subplot that's not even a subplot because it's there for so little time, where I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he takes Frances McDormand to the restaurant and says that he's married this girl and that she's died of cancer, but in fact he's just a bit mental. I like that because it just kind of takes you out, because it occurs like during the really climactic build up and kind of leading into the third act. So all of the exciting stuff is happening, and then it's just broken by this like really long and really awkward scene between Frances McDormand and this man. It's amazing. William H. Macy is fantastic. William H. Macy was so convinced that he needed this part that he threatened to shoot the Coen brothers' dogs if he didn't get the part. He was kidding about that, obviously, but yes, that's how much he wanted it. And it seems like he's ad-libbing a lot throughout the film because of his stammers and stuff like that, but he's not. The Coen brothers' script is written to that level of detail where they've got all of those little stammers in. Oh, there was something else I really liked that I can't remember at all. It happened during the break-in scene when they're breaking in to catch the woman. I can't remember for the life of me what it was, but there was something there that really made me laugh around that scene. So yes, I can't think of much else to say. It's a fantastic film, obviously. Amazing. I recommend it to everybody, and I'm Neil, obviously you recommended it, and I'm sure Jesse you will recommend it also, and I look forward to hearing your views on Fargo. Not tomorrow, I'm uploading this early, whenever, so yeah.